things turning up for the people's champions, Evos Glory. Are we looking
Welcome
possible
to Mobile
game
Legends.
number 7 as we are still match point, however, for the defending champions, Fnatic Onic. Let's get into the land of Dawn.
Expect a clearing battle in the early game with the Baksha will have in the lead. The Baksha Angela combo, again, old strategies coming back here in the toughest of situations. With the mobility, they're going to be able to outmaneuver Evos, but later on, against the X-Borg, against the carry as well, there's a ton of true damage. It's going to be a big problem for Kyrie to try and sustain through.
It's already very early on, getting shut down by that shield unity. First blood for Kyrie.
I was actually curious as to how they're going to go in for these engages. Wait a minute, Clockman.
Dashing forward, a very risky play, but he is able to survive.
But back to the point, right? With Keyboy on the Angela, I was concerned about their engage potential, but apparently it has been answered with the way that Kyrie was able to get that first blood earlier, as we now center upon the emblems.
Again, the emblems here, 5 games max. Sans with the Rupture will be doing a surprising amount more of damage. Kyrie, with the firmness, understands that he's going to be the main frontline for the team. Lutfi will serve as more of utility. And on your point, Eterna, when it comes to engage, they have that Baksha Angela. They can just hit someone, go with the entanglement, or they can just rely on Sans with the Mystic Projectile. The spammable nature of it will be a bit of a problem for Evos, but I think the main problem comes when Dreams makes his move.
Whoa! The battle mirror image to the front as he pops the sprint. A weird angle, but he will lose a whole gold cannon minion in the bottom lane.
You're already seeing the presence of Dreams on the Kaja. What will happen when he gets that level 4 power spike along with Brands picking up those items? This is a sure burst. It's going to be sure burst as well as just pure kill pressure coming in from the White Tigers as they now are going to be posturing around the first turtle of the game. Kyrie almost at level 5, still at level 4, Annabelle. Meanwhile, they're going for the contest. They're going to go for the pick first.
Being able to escape the curtain call used up. Time Dreams and Clocking up, and Fluffy's doing some damage, putting that sack down on Kyrie, and as Xanavel starts up the first turtle of the game. Good zoning by Fluffy. Dreams has the Divine Judgment. Needs to use it wisely, however. Onto Kyrie. Hard guard going to be used up right now. Divine Judgment to pull Kyrie away, and Annabelle should be able to find it, but no! Kyrie strikes back.
Even with the Divine Judgment, but looks like, Fluffy going to be forcing a flicker there. But even with the Divine Judgment being pulled in, Kyrie, with the level advantage, still has the advantage on the neutral objective take. And they will be pulling up first with the gold difference.
Mystic Gush just to poke. And Kyrie is in enemy territory, trying to go for the invade already. Up against his Frederick.
You can see the Keyboy is just trying to be as active as possible, influencing these fights ever so slightly. Sans is still doing pretty okay, but this thing, Clockton goes for the Mystic Gush right there, but they're not really having a composition, mainly looking for those kind of pickoffs. So even when Dreams was able to go for the Divine Judgment, it was meant to be more of a lock-in to try and guarantee the retribution, not a pickoff. And because of that, it's still a pretty good trade for Fnatic Onic. But now with Dreams on the prowl, ever more than before, it's going to be a bit more difficult, especially because they don't really have someone to walk in the front except for Kyrie.
And I'm wondering, even if they go for the picks, right? Even if they do get that pick off, where's the damage coming from? Is it just purely Annabelle and Clockon in the early stage of the game?
It has to be only from them, and I assume that there's going to be more plays from the side lanes as well, so that Brands and Fluffy can kind of weigh in on that situation, get more damage in on the Divine Judgment. You can see that for the most part, Evos, they're playing it kind of passively actually, reacting to the movements of Fnatic Onic, respecting that global presence, that powerful early game from the Baksha.
And now both of these teams, what a prediction!
Kyrie re-engages instantly with a blazing duet now from CW. Gonna go in the back line, but will not be able to find the range. What was that, Keyboy? What was that reaction time, Clockton? putting some damage back on Sans.
Amazing reflexes from Keyboy, or instinct, if you will. And with a change, with a trade there, technically without any losses, immediately Onic made the first move. They're trying to go and Fluffy.
Forcing out the last insanity. The Frogger armor depleted, and Lutpi charges forward. Curtain call, tying him up, and they're going in different directions now. Lutpi go for the yo-yo hits, and the vengeance as well. Fluffy gonna be taken down as Lutpi tries to run away, but he re-engages onto Clockman, who was forced to dash defensively back. And Fnatic Onic now will not go for the turtle, not just yet.
That was a 2v3 situation, and they were able to get the better out of it. Fluffy taken off the board. But Fnatic Onic, why don't they go straight for the turtle? What are they waiting for?
They want to make sure Sans is around in case a fight does break out. When it comes down to sure utility tools, Evos has an advantage, but they are late to the party, and Fnatic Onic will be able to get the first neutral objective. A great start, but keep in mind, it's not about how you start, it's about how you finish.
2K gold lead now for the kings of the skies, the kings of the galaxy. As it looks like Keyboy picks up a flask of the Oasis. It will turn the tables around in these team fights.
Flask of the Oasis will definitely have a big thing to say. It will kind of throw the calculations sideways as well for the side of Evos. And even then, before that it wasn't even a factor, they were able to go for the turret, but look at this response.
Clear Divine Judgment right into the hard guard CW now, trying to look for a re-engage as Carry pops into Poisons. Battle Mirror image into the blazing duet, and Dreams will be taken out, obliterated. FNOC with a massive advantage here in the 6th minute of the game. Looking for the siege in the bottom lane with Clockman stealing away the Mystic Gush that will be able to zone them away, but he's standing in that DOT and overtime damage. He's recalling. Lutpi cancels it out. The Terrify out to disengage. The vengeance from Lutpi, and a curtain call ties them up. Fnatic Onic collapse in the bottom lane. Clockman is down.
The sandwich play works out for Fnatic Onic with 2 members taken down in that exchange with the price of none. That exchange from Dreams with the Flicker Divine Judgment did not pay off, and turns out CW was able to get a lot out from it. A tower in the bottom side, 2 assists as he's looking for more items to get to that power spike.
In the meanwhile though, on the top side, Fluffy was able to actually equalize in the turret game. Great news for Evos, but they're still on the back foot. Same thing applies though. The longer this game goes, the more there's ways for Evos to try and find their way to claw back to victory, especially with a tool as powerful as Divine Judgment in the hands of someone like Dreams. They're gonna keep their eyes out and wait around. If they want to play the macro game, it will still be able to be maneuvered, manipulated by them. But now you can see Evos always first to the party.
Let's see if they can finish it, right? We can see that Kyrie is at level 10 already. So Dreams, he needs to pull out a miracle. Look for a proper play to get the better in this Retribution battle.
Lutpi zoning Annabelle away. That's a hard guard. CW going back to the Battle Mirror image, and he plays down Lutpi. With the Frog armor with the curtain call as well. Dream's going to be isolated there with a blazing duet now. CW spacing so well. Calvin would not top. My goodness. Dreams wasn't able to utilize the Divine Judgment. Did you see that spacing? Oh my lord.
Beautiful spacing for sure. It's not just the HP, the shielding, the healing, it's also the movement speed boost, and in the hands of someone like Calvin Winata, that small movement speed addition is enough to swing the balance. Of course, great moves from Lutpi as well, zoning away both Annabelle and Fluffy, the key players here for Evos' composition when it comes to contesting ground. The fact that they had to back away so fast means the rest of the team needs to back away with them. And just like that, Fnatic Onic will be trying to go for more objectives after getting actually the mid lane turret as well. If you take a look at the items, with the War Act and the Brutal Breastplate, this is one of the biggest power spikes for Lutpi, having both the big movement speed and the damage to really chase anyone down.
And now it looks like Brands is just a second away from his 3rd item, that power spike from the carry, to be able to combo that in with the Divine Judgment from Dreams.
And if you look at Sans here on the board, Ice Queen's one's very early, less damage technically compared to the glowing one, but all the utility that they very desperately require as Kyrie rolls in for a play.
Sandwich maneuver, Dreams gets spotted on the bush as well, and now gets isolated from the team. Fnatic Onic are going to capitalize on this moment. Dreams cannot even use the Divine Judgment in time. Well played, Fnatic Onic, attacking from different angles to isolate one, and Evos Glory had to sacrifice their roamer.
They push the tempo and they push the pace. They look for a pick just as CW gets that golden staff, right? So that 3-item power spike for the Claude finally hit, and it looks like they're looking for more.
And Lippy is taking advantage of it. Annabelle! Slade in the bottom lane, blazing duet from Calvin Winata! But it's Lippy who claims the double.
The gods, the kings of the skies, they are picking up where they left off. And in this 10th minute of the game, they have slain 2 mortals with a 7k gold lead, looking to make it a 7k.
Evos losing more and more control as the game goes on. 8k gold lead for Fnatic Onic, and the speed, man, is a deadly weapon in the hands of Fnatic Onic. Cutting off Evos from the safety zones. Doesn't matter if you have a suppression, a Divine Judgment, when there's no safe area, there's no team to pull the victim to. With Fnatic Onic arriving behind them.
They've been so good at taking that kill pressure away. Dream still at 0-3-0. Imagine on one of his signature picks. They have not been able to make it work. But mind you, ladies and gentlemen, we have been in this position before. 8k gold lead now for Fnatic Onic. It still needs finesse if they want to finish this off.
Well, the big difference is damage output. Earlier we saw that Fnatic Onic later in the game kind of loses out on it, but with a Claude approaching the final item, already with the Wind of Nature, and with the glowing one ready for Sans, there's a ton of high ground pressure. Annabelle takes the first Mystic Projectile, and so Fnatic Onic are waiting for a chance here.
With the First Lord, remember, there's still a chance at the siege working, but it seems Evos Glory have enough wave clear to deal with it for now. Fnatic Onic unable to get any base turrets, not with the First Lord.
It's back to just controlling and increasing that gold advantage even more, and especially the level advantage as well. Once the next Lord comes around, if Kyrie can secure an insane level advantage, already approaching level 15 here, it's going to be a great situation for Fnatic Onic to be in. Great security in securing that Lord, but also great team fight potential if they can make sure that they keep the gold differential increasing.
The crowd is silent, ladies and gentlemen. Everyone is watching in suspense. Evos fans, their eyes are locked onto the big screen as they are antsy, they're frantic in suspense of what will come next.
Dreams gets engaged on Mystic Gush, not able to take him down right now. Last Insanity to the backline as he gets caught by the curtain call, but he uses the second part of that Last Insanity to still escape. And it's all Fnatic Onic. Evos have only been able to react.
And it's a great situation, especially from Fnatic Onic, because they can just keep going for plays like this. They trade half their HP bars, but Keyboy, the health dispenser, is literally there. Just top everyone up for a rinse and repeat. So even, especially in those neutral objective fights that Evos Glory have always been so solid, so good in, they're losing out in ways to just outplay Fnatic Onic.
But now it looks like Evos are up to something here. They're trying to control their orange buff. And remember, if Keyboy goes in for a split, Evos might go for the launch, but it also could be a trap. So it's just the mind games, the chess match in the game that is happening between both of these teams so far. But you can see that Fnatic Onic, they have their eyes on the prize. They have that Lord as their next moment.
I think right now for Evos Glory, the CC ultimate also plays a big role here. It just exacerbates the damage output from the side of Fnatic Onic, and it also locks in the two heroes that want to go in and out, hide in and out of danger, forcing them to stick around, to be gunned down by CW, to be melted down by Sans. The next objective falling into their hands with a Holy Crystal in the hands of Keyboy. I think Onic are trapping for a massive play to seal the deal. And Evos, they secure some utility. Clockman with the Winter, can they find a big play, a big opportunity to save this game?
Match point Evos. It might be the end to their run. And Fnatic Onic know full well how to utilize it. Shield unity into the front. Fluffy, no Viraga armor. Brazier Strat. Only do some damage. Coming without all the blazing rounds of Clockun. Forcing the winner Truncheon. And forcing Clockun back. But somehow Evos Glory have still been able to hold on their base. Their structure ruined. Calvin will not tie again. With a Battle Mirror image escaping from the Divine Judgment. But is yet to be able to catch him. Fluffy again losing the Viraga armor this time. Having to run all the way back. One base turret remaining for Evos Glory. For their chase to glory. 2 waves can be cleared up by Evos Mystic Gush from Sans. 2-man time for Annabelle, but he gets shredded down by Lupe. And Brands is forced to use the blazing duet as the hard guard comes through, and Drave still is unable to find a Divine Judgment. Lupe picks up a double. Calvin without to buy the immortality just in time. And look at how they run down on Evos Glory. With the vengeance, Lupe takes Brands out, and Fluffy cannot deal with him. Clockun against the world. In the chase for glory, they slay dragons, robots, and the Kingslayers. But today, they received a grim reminder that they still live in fear of the Sky Kings.
Trialed and tested, doubted